That's right, guys. You know what's coming next. It's log law number 3.
Now for log law number 3, I actually refer to this as being the ice cream log law. Now the reason is because I look at these three things here, the A, M and the N, as being 3 scoops of ice cream stacked up on top of each other. Now, as a child I used to love eating ice cream, but every now and then when I licked that very top layer of ice cream, what actually happened was it would fall off in front of me and onto the ground. So if you have a look here, that's kind of what's happening, because you've got your log A, M, N, and now I lick this very top scoop of the ice cream being the N, and what happens? Well, it falls out in front of the log AM, as you can see here. So log AM, N, 3 layers, the N falls out the front and becomes N times log AM. Now, of course, there's a few restrictions like always. That is, M and A must be greater than 0, and A cannot be equal to 1. So what we're going to do is have a look at this worked example where we've got log 2 5 and 2 log 2 10, and what we're going to do is try and simplify this. Now for this example, what we're going to do is we're actually going to pick up these scoops of ice cream that have fallen out in front of us and place them up on top like you can see here, just like so. Now that's going to actually give us a log 2 5 3 and minus log 2 10 squared, like so. Now when we simplify that, that's going to get us log 2 5 cubed is 125 minus log 2 10 squared is 100. Now what I can do is, because I've got the same base as you can see here with the two 2's, that is here and here, what I can do is go through and apply log law number 2. Now to do that, I'm just going to end up with log 2 125 divided by 100, because when I subtract the logs of the same base, I can divide the 125 and the 100. Now that simplifies down to get me log 2 of 5 on 4, because there's a common factor of 25. So now what I want you to do is press pause and attempt the following questions. That is, in part A, log 3 x plus 2 plus 4 log 3 the x. And for part B, log 2 81 divided by log 2 to 9. Now remember, like always, press play when you're done so you can check your answers out against mine. Alright, so welcome back. Now as you can see, I've got log 3x plus 2 plus 4 log 3 the x. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually pick up this scoop of ice cream here and put it up on top there like you can see. So you've got the log 3x plus 2 plus log 3x to the 4. Now in this line of working out, all I've done is put the x to the 4 and made it x to the power of 4 like you can see there. And I've left the rest as is. Now as you can see here, I've got the same base here and here. So what I can do when adding is follow the log law number 1, that is log 3 x plus 2 multiplied by x to the power of 4. And of course, when I multiply these across, the x to the power of 4 goes to the x, and the x to the power of 4 goes to 2, leaving me with log 3 x to the power of 5 plus 2 x to the power of 4. Now for part B, I've got log 2 81 and log 2 9. Now in this case, we're actually going to lose the ice cream scoop and put it out the front. So in order to do this, what we've got is log 2 3 to the 4, because as you can see here, we've got 3 to the power of 4 is equal to 81, and 3 squared is equal to 9. Now I've got my 3 layers of ice cream, don't I? So what I need to do when I've got 3 layers is, of course, lose the scoop out the front, and lose the scoop out the front, leaving me with 4 log 2 to the 3, and 2 log 2 to the 3. Now, if you have a look here, log 2 to the 3 and log 2 to the 3 will actually be the same number. So when you divide these two, they're actually going to cancel out, leaving you with 4 over 2. And of course, 4 divided by 2 is 2.
Log law number 4.
Now log law number 4 states if you've got log a to the a, you get an answer of 1. That is, if these two numbers are the same here, your answer will be 1. Now of course there's a couple of restrictions, and that is a must be greater than 0, and you cannot have an a value of 1. So let's have a look now at this question where you get log 2 32. Well, we can rewrite that as being log 2 to the power of 5, because 2 to the power of 5 is 32, just like so. Now of course we can apply log law 3, where you got the 3 scoops of ice cream, moving the 5 out the front, so you get 5 log 2 2. Now because these two numbers here are the same, what we can rewrite that as is equal to 5 times 1, because log 2 2 basically cancels each other out, therefore leaving us with an answer of 5. Now what I want you to do is press pause and attempt the following questions. That is A, log 6 to the 216, and B, log base 212 plus log base 28 minus log base 23. And of course, like always, when you're done, press play so you can check your answers out against mine. Now welcome back, and as you can see here in this first example where you've got log base 6 to 216, I can rewrite 216 as being 6 to the power of 3. So that leaves me with log base 6, 6 to the power of 3. And of course, now I've got my 3 layers, my scoop of ice cream, or my 3, can come out the front like so, leaving me with 3 times log 6, 6. Now, because we've got the same two numbers here as being 6 and 6, what I can do is basically cancel that out because it's saying 3 times 1, which is of course equal to 3. Now for this one, I've got log 2, 12 plus log 2, 8 minus log 2, 3. Now for this, of course, I've got my bases all being the same. So what I can do is simplify these by going through and making log 2 12 times 8 first of all. So you've got the 12 and the 8, multiply them, minus log 2, 3. Now 12 times 8 is 96, so you get log base 2 to the 96 minus log base 2 to the 3. Now with the subtraction, what I need to do is divide the 96 by 3, so you get log base 2 to 96 over 3, and 96 divided by 3 is 32. Now I can rewrite 32 as being 2 to the power of 5, so I get log base 2, 2 to the power of 5. Once again, I've got my 3 scoops of ice cream, so the 5 falls out the front here like so, leaving me with 5 log 2 to the 2. Now your log 2 to the 2 is equal to 1, so your answer of course is 5 when these both cancel out.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is log law number 5.
And log law 5 states that if you've got log a to the 1, then your answer will be equal to 0. The restrictions, of course, are going to be a needs to be greater than 0, and a cannot be equal to 1. So let's now have a look at this in a worked example, and we'll see if we've got log 2 to the 3 plus log 2 to 1/3. Well, what we're going to do is we'll end up adding those together, so you're going to get log 2, because our bases are the same, 3 times 1/3, like so. Now, of course, log 2, 3 times 1/3, well, 3 times a third is actually going to be 1. And of course, when you get log 2 of 1, or log anything of 1, you're going to get an answer of 0. So now what I want you to do is press pause and attempt the following questions. That is, a log 5, 3 plus a log 5, 4 minus log 5, 12. And for part B, 2 log 10 to the x plus 1. Now these won't all necessarily be on log law 5, but what they'll do is they'll mix a whole bunch of them in. So of course, like always, when you're done, press play so you can check your answers out against mine. Now welcome back. Now for the first part, that is part A, you've got log 5 3 plus log base 5 to the 4 minus log base 5 to the 12. Now as you can see here, all of the bases that we've got for all of these are all the same, so that means we can actually combine them when we're adding and subtracting, etc. So we'll have a look at the first two first of all. You've got log base 5 to 3 plus log base 5 to the 4. So when we add, we multiply the two powers here, so you've got log 5 3 times 4, which is going to be equal to 12. We're going to have just left the rest of it as minus log 5, 12. So now that we're subtracting, we've got the same bases once again. What we're going to do is just divide these 12. So you got log base 5, 12 over 12. And of course 12 divided by 12 is 1. And when you have any log of 1, you actually end up getting an answer of 0. Now in part B, we've got 2 log 10x plus 1. Now if we have a look here, what I've gone through and done is I've changed this 1 to log 10, 10 because I want to look at this base and make sure this base is the same so that I can end up adding them together. Now of course we know that log 10, 10 is equal to 1, so I've actually kind of rigged it in a way. Now what I've gone through and done here is I've got this 2, I've scooped it up and put it up there to make it the third layer of the ice cream that I've spoken about before. So you end up getting log 10 x squared plus log 10, 10. And now in this case what I've done is just brought the x squared into here, because that way we can now actually add them together. So you get log 10 x squared plus log 10, 10. And when we've got the same base and we're adding together, what we do is we multiply the x squared and the 10, so you get log 10 x squared times 10, which will get me log 10 10x squared. Now you can't actually bring the squared out, because if you do that, what you're going to have to do is square root the 10. So our answer just remains as being log 10 10x squared, like so.
Alright guys, so thank you very much for tuning into today's lesson, which was all about how to work with logarithms. Now in this action-packed lesson, we've gone through how to convert between industrial equations and logarithmic equations and jump backwards and forwards between the two of them. We've also had a look at how to simplify logarithms using the 5 log laws. Now, of course, like always, make sure you stay tuned for the very next lesson, because we are going to have a look at how to solve logarithmic equations. And of course, once again, make sure you say hi to your maths teacher for me. Mawsy out.